Virgo, hi, hello, welcome to your weekly energy check-in for the first half of this week. So there's something going on in your home, maybe even within yourself, or wherever your heart lay, as home is where the heart is, and you can interpret it as such. This is some kind of, perhaps it's a commitment, perhaps it's just a sense of peace, of calm, of stability. However, you're looking at it so clinically, I don't think you actually see that. This is something very well established. This is something that should be emotional, yet you're looking at it as if it's some kind of corporate situation, almost like you're the HR manager instead of looking at yourself as a person, or looking at this situation as a person, because it's easier to do that. Your extraterrestrial advice is the vegans, which I always read as vegans. Go figure. It's this sense of inner peace, of calm, of knowing what you deserve and feeling free and independent. And solitude, and I think you're isolating yourself because you want to be independent. Because you feel like you have to be. Because you're putting too much pressure on yourself. So you're only seeing what's going wrong because you feel like you have to make everything right and perfect. Of course you do. You have this gate, this key to happiness, and it's right there. But you're burdening yourself with how to get there. Why are you going there? What could go wrong? What isn't going right, rather than seeing what is? You're not looking at what's actually true. You're looking at this false judgment you're making on yourself, this pressure you keep applying. You have so much to give, but you're afraid to give any of it. You have more than you think you do. But it's easier to fight off that feeling. It's easier to fight off this feeling of self-worth and see yourself as a page rather than as a queen. It's easier to see yourself as someone who doesn't know what they're doing rather than accept the strengths that you have, especially when you're alone. I think you're very in your head right now. You're a little too in your head. Let's see what else we got, because I can only fit so many cards here. Hey, you got the Nine of Cups in reverse. Because of course you do. Of course you do. You don't see the things that you have. You're only seeing what you don't. Or you're viewing yourself like you have nothing, when that's most likely not the case. You get the King of Swords in reverse. You're not acknowledging the strength that you have, your ability to do things, your wisdom, your skills. Instead, you're focusing on what you need to build, what has to happen, the work that you have to do on yourself, on everything else. You're not acknowledging the fact that you already have a kingdom, that you have things going for you already. You're only seeing what should be. And I think you're afraid of all of that. Almost like you want to run away from everything you're doing because you're afraid you're not doing it right, because you're afraid it's not good enough. You want to jump into something else in hopes that that will make you feel like the Nine of Cups upright, when you should feel that way already. And you're not telling anyone about this. You're also fighting with yourself in your head. Sometimes I see the Eight of Wands as, instead of thoughts and inspiration and communication, it's shutting yourself down and focusing only on what could go wrong, the negative what ifs instead of the positive what is. Because of this, you're holding yourself back. But you need to recognize this is just an illusion. This is only your fear, not your truth. Because as soon as you do, you can get out of that Eight of Swords. And you can stop seeing yourself as a reverse Knight of Wands. You can actually acknowledge your abilities, your next steps, and take them rather than running from them, or keeping yourself in this stasis mode, in complete stagnation, where you're not really doing anything because you're afraid you're not good enough to do anything. like you aren't worthy of your ideas, of your inspiration, like your ideas and inspiration aren't worthy of being acknowledged even by yourself. Again, I'm putting that over the moon for a reason. You're afraid to put your emotions into anything in case you see yourself fail. And the thing is, that is what's keeping you from actually seeing your potential and from getting exactly what you want. So, Virgo, I apologize if there were 1,000 pieces of background noise, but take all of them as a sign that you need to hear this and pay attention, because you do. You need to see your worth. This is just the universe screaming at you to listen, if you're not. This is what I have for you. Please hit the subscribe button. There's one down there, there's one up here. If you want a personal reading, it's in the description box, etc., etc., etc. Alright, cool. I hope I see you on Wednesday for your midweek energy check-in, and hopefully we won't be seeing this again. Alright, it was a pleasure. Bye!